Hi, Steve Thomas here with Video Marketing Coach. So are you wondering how to start converting the people that are watching your YouTube videos into leads? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you the best lead magnets that I have found work. All right, so you've started creating your content and you're telling people to contact you and reach out to you and stuff like that, and maybe you're having a little bit of success with that. Well, what I have actually found works the best is telling people to contact me, right? Obviously, but then sending them to a place. Right? And I always recommend having a website, right? It's very, very easy, very inexpensive to have a website in today's market, right? So get yourself a website and send everybody to your website. Say, if you want to learn some more, you can visit my website, thethomasgrouplv.com. That's my real estate group's website. That's where we send everybody. Now, once they are there, they're generally wanting to, learn a little bit more about you. And ideally, when they have landed on a place that you want them to be, you want to try and capture the information, right? You want to try and capture the phone number. You want to try and capture the email address. You want to make contact with them. You don't want to be a real estate agent that is just literally waiting for your phone to ring, right? For someone to reach out to you. That's never going to be the best possible strategy. So I've actually figured out that there's 5 different lead magnets that we've used within our business that capture people's information, that promote conversation, that ultimately transfer into leads. So what are they? First couple are your very, very traditional guides, your buyer's guide and your seller's guide. Now, of course, YouTube is going to be very heavily buyer orientated just because it's, buyers that are researching what it's like living where you are, and if they can afford to live where you sell real estate and the cost of living and all of that's good stuff, right? So they're researching what it's like where you are. If you can put a guide together that helps people understand maybe some of the intricacies, some of the challenges and the nuances of real estate where you are, like that's extremely valuable. So put an opportunity or put a place on your website where they can actually download these guides, right? And they'll give you their email address or their phone number. They'll download the guide. And then once they've downloaded the guide, you can then put them in a drip campaign, right? You can then follow up with them, send them an email. Hey, Steve, I saw you downloaded our buyer's guide. Just wondering if there's anything I help. Now, seller's guides are, of course, great because your YouTube channel is also going to generate sellers. But your YouTube channel is primarily only going to generate sellers from people that are, obviously living in town, or not necessarily living in town, people that own homes in town, and they are looking and researching what happens when you are about to sell a home. Like, what does that process look like? So if you can give them a guide, which is, almost, I guess, similar to your presentation and how it flows and stuff, people can get to feel comfortable about you, before reaching out. They can get to judge you. And I love this quote from Alex Hormozy. If you don't know who Alex Hormozy is, go and follow him. The business tips he gives are amazing. And he said this one quote recently, and I love it. He said, "People judge you by your free shit." And I love that, right? So make sure that your buyer's guides and your seller's guides, like, they look good, right? People are going to be judging you by your free stuff. So buyer's guides, seller's guides, couple of really, really good lead generators. Another great lead generator is a staging guide, right? And often you'll find that the sellers will download those as well. So staging guides. And the penultimate one is an IDX feed. Now, if you're able to incorporate an IDX feed into your website, which is basically where people can get listings, right, without going onto Zillow and realtor.com and all of these other websites, you want to ideally keep all of your viewers where they've landed, right, on your website. So you don't want to give them a reason to go onto Zillow and then hire a Zillow Premier agent, right? Once you've got them visiting your website because they're interested in you, they know that you've got some value that you've offered, then try and keep them there, right? And keep them engaged. So IDX feeds are very good. You can set somebody up, they can set their own home search up with them. You can then contact them. Hey, so you set a home search up. Can I filter this out a little bit more for you? As you may or may not know, some of of the IDX feeds that you get, I use IDX Broker, and the functionality of it is not as good as our MLS. So I will just use our IDX feed on our website just as a lead magnet. So when they create their search and I see what they're looking for, we'll then contact them and say, hey, listen, we've actually got access to the MLS, and it allows us to be able to get more detailed and more dialed in on exactly what you are looking for, so that we, can send you the right types of properties. Can I just ask you a few questions? Right? And then the conversation goes, you can get more details, more information from them. Hopefully your IDX feed works great. Mine's, it is decent, but it doesn't provide as much information as the MLS do. And the very, very last lead magnet that we've created that honestly is the best one, this is driving tours, right? A driving tour. So as you may or may not know, as I've talked to you before about this, your YouTube channel is going to be very, very heavily focused on people that don't live where you are. So they are researching what it's like living where you are. They're trying to find out the cost of homes. They're trying to find out how much it costs to live there. They're researching the schools, everything, right? So when you're going to be able to give them as much information as possible, how I look at it is you want it to look like there's no reason for them to go anywhere else, right? And a driving tour is very, very good because it allows you to not be a guide, right? Now, we sell real estate in Las Vegas. I found out and figured out very quickly I was becoming basically a tour guide. I'm taking people all around town, showing them these different areas. Some might be ready, some might be not. Obviously, I don't mind taking people out that are ready right now, but people that might be looking in, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, or in the future, I don't really want to be spending my time working with people that may or may not ultimately work with me, right? So a driving tour allows you to be able to give value and information to people that are visiting town, visiting your website, so that they can go from point A to point Z and see all of the best places, see where the best coffee shops are, see where the best restaurants are, see where the best schools are, see where the best golf courses are, right? You get it, right? So you can create these driving tours all over your area. You can create different types of driving tours for, the east side, the west side, north side, wherever it is. And I tell you, people will download them. And when people download them, this is an amazing opportunity for you to say, hey, Steve, I saw you just downloaded our driving tour. I'm just curious as to, once you've taken the little drive around, can I shout you for a coffee? I'd love to hear about the places that you like, the places that you didn't, learn a little bit more about, what your goals are and stuff, and leave the ball in their court. And people will respond and say, hey, thank you so much for responding. You're not an aggressive real estate agent, like trying to get them to work with you. You're giving them all the tools, and then they will respond, and they'll meet you. They'll share, their plans and their goals. And this is just the best way of doing business, right? You're not competing against other people, calling expireds and 50 other agents, 100 other agents in town, calling those same people. You're not getting told to F off or go screw yourself. Like, you're doing people that want to work with you. So they're the best lead generators that I've found. If you've got anything that's worked really well for you, I'd obviously love to learn what's worked for you. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if any of these sound interesting to you, and if you're using them, love to hear your success stories. And of course, if you need some help on your YouTube channel, your editing, your production, and putting it all together, we would love to help you. You can find more on how we can help you at videomarketingcoach.com. You schedule a free consultation with us right there. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, really appreciate it if you do so. If you got some value, give it a thumbs up. But for now, I'll see you in the next video.